The XRP price is finally back in some crazy territory. And we were just now talking about the idea that perhaps this is the time where XRP starts going on a crazy run again. And just after we make that video, oh boy, are things starting to get interesting. Matter of fact, as it currently stands, let me just quickly pull it up for you even, because it's kind of hard to believe. XRP as it stands is trading at $2.60. Basically what I described in the previous video is happening exactly, that we are taking out the previous high point and right now are setting a new one. The next most important resistance to watch out for is $2.70. Of course, you can of course get rejected in the midst at any one of these levels, but the main reason I did not sell earlier at $2.50 is because I believe we're going to be going so much higher. And ladies and gents, there we freaking go, huh? That's what I'm freaking talking about. I'm not sure if anybody else has that same excitement to just see your portfolio go nuts. I'm thinking a lot of people don't witness the same sort of results or same excitement for a 589 per XRP. But for me, I'd say the main thing is, first of all, my portfolio mainly is this coin. It's first, but second of all, man, you know how long we've waited for this? And to see the price go down, I already said it when it was happening, it's a blessing. You being able to buy below $2 a coin after you just turned to $3 this early into the cycle. I kept on saying it, I think this will see at least $10 per coin, but mostly towards the $20, $30 mark. It's so easy. Anyway, right now, the position we opened I guess over a little while is right now at about 16,000 worth of profit. Just yesterday, it was at what? $4,000 worth of a profit. So we did pretty well on just a day here. And you might think the Bybit position is way cooler because, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you also want to trade crypto, I've got a link down below to 𝗏𝗏, which you can use from anywhere in the world. And right now, over the next 2 weeks, we're giving away 2 iPhone 16s in terms of money. You could just get the dollars. You could buy something else if you want. I'm always a big fan of not setting the item, but giving you your own choice to buy whatever you want. 2 people are going to get themselves an iPhone 16 Pro or whatever, though, $1,500. Anyway, just check out the link down below to 𝗏𝗏. You have to trade a little bit, so I always see it as a matter of, if you're going to trade anyway, you might as well get yourself a free iPhone 16. Because, man, things are looking juicy for XRP as it stands. Right now, this is the Bybit chart. We are getting back towards the critical and interesting resistances. As you can see, this is basically where we previously topped out at, roughly 260 something. But I already established earlier that I don't think it's that bad. Even if we were to fall back down right now, I do not believe we're going to go below 233 or anything along those lines anymore on the short term. It kind of seems like this is the new trend right now as we continue on forward. As again, earlier it was mostly downwards, and I believe right now we have broken that trend. And that's again what this previous break was so crucial for. Man, we just keep on going. I'm looking at it right now. We are at 259, going really strong. I mean, in the previous video, I was already thinking, man, what if this is just the time where we really start going crazy? But to go to 260 right now, I think a lot of people are not getting how crucial the $2.60 mark is for XRP here. Mostly because we're changing it up, right? As I said, $2.50 was most crucial because that's basically taken out the previous high point. Right now, though, if we set this, which again over the next few hours will confirm, I think the next 3 hours or so this will confirm. Wow. Oh, that is crazy bullish, ladies and gents. And the funnier part is that this is all happening while Bitcoin ain't doing nothing. Or matter of fact, this is all happening on the XRP versus Bitcoin chart as well, because it just keeps trading higher and higher and higher. Even if you go to look towards the lower time frames. Let's just quickly go towards a 4-hour chart. If this manages to load, just give it a second, I guess. Okay, it wasn't really feeling it for a bit, but right now we are here. So over the last, let's just call it few days, right? Let's call it since the start of this year, we have actually, versus Bitcoin, gone up roughly 30%. So the year start, if you had bought into XRP from your Bitcoin on that first day of the year, then right now you'd be up roughly 30% or so relative, or let's call it 25% or so, slightly less. And still from, a few weeks before that, the beginning of December, we're still down a little bit, roughly 10% down or so. And that's because, of course, as Bitcoin was going down, Bitcoin is down from 107 or 108,000, but at the time, I guess a little bit less than that, to roughly 95,000. And XRP is down from $2.90 to $2.60 now, but you understand what the process was, right? So XRP relatively was down more because I don't think Bitcoin topped out on December 3rd. I thought it was a little bit later than that. Anyway, point being that I'm thinking since Bitcoin, let's just say, was also at 94 here, and relative right now, XRP is down 10% or so. Yeah, let's just call it that. That's why this discrepancy in the midst right here. But it seems like I also was correct on the shorter term, that right now, again, I'm not trying to be the freaking genius of saying, oh, look at this, we were so correct. All I've been saying for a while is that it seems like the trend has shifted from mostly downwards on the XP chart to mostly upwards now. And indeed, the last couple of days here, at least since the start of the year, has basically confirmed it, as at that point we broke out and we've not really gone below it anymore since. And yeah, for the most part, just things are looking really, really juicy for XRP. And again, I keep calling it kind of funny that just earlier we established, it seems like the calm before the storm. I kept saying things are way too low for where they should be, but it seems like there's another wave hitting very soon, and it just happens the day after. But once more, ladies and gentlemen, we're not in the clear. Consider that this could just be a pump to $2.62 or whatever, and then right back down towards $2.30, maybe even lower, if Bitcoin doesn't go on the right track. And it's one thing that many people underestimate, or I guess overestimate maybe. No, let's just call it underestimate. The severity of the downsides as long as Bitcoin doesn't confirm anything. And so whenever you see prices going like this, and even though I get excited saying, oh, this might be it again, that doesn't mean it's going to be a one day after another of pumps, right? It just means we're changing the structure, and this is going to continue on from now. But that does not mean we can't, for example, see just over the next few days or so, further just negative price action before again continuing higher, right? I, of course, see that as a possibility. There's even a possibility that we end up looking like this, right? A little bit of a head and shoulder, for example, and get right back towards the $1.90 something mark. It's possible, right? It depends on the price action over the next few hours, mostly because I think the daily is going to be crucial. But of course, also, it just depends. The moment we get some sort of correction, if Bitcoin doesn't set through here and the alts don't follow, if it goes for some sort of correction, how low will it go? Are we going to go below these previous $2.25 marks? If so, then of course we are more afraid that we're going to go back right back to $1.90 or so. And again, at this point, like I said, at $2.50, it is okay to actually sell a chunk just because we're in such crazy amounts of profit. Again, it's 250% profit in like 2 weeks or so. So it's definitely not too bad. And then let's get into 3 weeks almost. And then from here, we could just, for example, try to wait for another dip. But the reason I'm not fully selling it or going for it yet is because the profit is way too little. What am I going to do with 16,000 bucks? Nothing, right? We want to run it up to at least $100,000. I think we should not touch this until it doubles. And obviously, once it gets to like $4 or so, we're at 100K or so worth of profit. That would be pretty cool. As at this point, nothing really to touch it for. Even at $100,000, I think I should have just bought way more when things were down low. When they get towards the $2 mark, though, I'm going to this time around buy even more. But I was kind of the last time I went to $2, hoping for $1.90 because we were able to buy at that level the last time, I think December 10th or so. And 190 something was on December 20th. But here, we really didn't go as low as I wanted. But I told you guys in the video, if we do, things are going to get kind of shockingly crazy. Because even at 194, again, you can see there's actually one order still open as well, or 193 point something, which I guess did not get filled, or I forgot exactly what happened right there. But I already said before, we want to establish another crazy buy up. I'm still just thinking of that. Where to buy low and sell high. Mostly just buy low, though. But the selling high, even though it's theoretical, it does make sense, hopefully. And again, the strategy over the last few weeks has been amazing. And I keep saying, people keep saying I'm flexing on them by telling how much profit we're making. Not even in terms of dollars, but I kept saying, these have been the best weeks of my life in terms of crypto trading. It's mostly because I've been buying XRP and it keeps on working. It's not the craziest of strategies. It's not like I'm doing some really crazy algorithms. It's just literally buying XRP, not getting liquidated, and reaping crazy benefits because the price bounces back so freaking hard from the bottom and has been one of the best performers in the entire top crypto industry. As it's up, 31% or so from the local bottom right there. From the lowest point last month, it is up roughly 40%. If you lost money on XRP in the last few months, you've been playing some really stupid game because it's been so freaking easy. Wow, right? Anyway, as I said, try to be careful with leverage. Don't overdo it. You don't want to get liquidated on the tiny moves down. But then again, we've gone from 290 to 190. So let's say it's about 33% down. That was a move that I guess a lot of people could have gotten wrecked on. But then again, when I'm looking through this, right, when I'm looking through the chart, there have been so many opportunities to catch whatever you were losing at that point back that I really find it awkward if anybody right now is at a negative P&L. But then again, I have spoken to a lot of people over time, and some people do manage to, even though the trend is mostly upwards, lose, but it's mostly just because, for example, they refuse to sell for tiny bits of profit, which for some people is just still tens of thousands of dollars at $2.50. They refuse to sell, but then at that point significantly buy in more. So their average price right now is $2.47, for example. And then once the price goes back down to $2.20, because they were over leveraged and were buying so much at the high point, now they get liquidated or get wrecked. I don't know. I always see it as that you should be doing the opposite. People will ask me today, should I buy now? And I'll always say this is a risky point to buy. You could have just yesterday bought, or 2 days ago bought at like $2.19. Why buy now at $2.60? At this point, if you want to buy, you got to have a longer breath. Don't go all in because the probability of going down is higher than up, right? But if I had no position at all, I'd still buy because this could be the move where things start going crazy. Then again, it's all about timing. If you are just adding your first position right now, a bit wild, but at the end of the day, I think we'll ultimately all be fine. But yeah, that's about it for right now. That's what we're doing. I'm crazy excited right here for XRP. We're doing good. We're doing amazing. We're looking good. And make sure you put that notification bell on so you never miss out on another crypto update. And that's about it.